We are discussing today visceral leishmaniasis. So visceral leishmaniasis, and the species which causes visceral leishmaniasis, that is Leishmania donovani. Leishmania, it is endemic in 88 countries, and more than 90% of visceral leishmaniasis that occurs in Bangladesh, Brazil, India and Sudan. So how the transmission occurs? It occurs through sandfly, and the clinical symptom, I will give you the brief introduction. Visceral leishmaniasis, it is a more serious form and it is fatal if left untreated. It causes Kala Azar, famous disease caused due to Leishmania donovani, and the clinical symptoms are fever, malaise, weight loss, anemia, and swelling of the spleen, liver and lymph nodes in the visceral form. Cutaneous leishmaniasis, it causes simple skin lesions which self-heal within few months, but they can leave the scars. And the most important example you must have heard also, Delhi sore, Oriental sore, due to infection with Leishmania major. Then the mucocutaneous leishmaniasis, it is due to Leishmania brasiliensis. It begins with skin ulcers which spreads, causing dreadful tissue destruction, especially of the nose and mouth. This is the taxonomy. You can be asked about the classification. In the external, in the exam, university exam, external examiner may ask you about the classification. How will you classify? So this is the subkingdom Protozoa, and the phylum is Sarcomastigophora, and the subphylum is Sarcodina, subphylum is Mastigophora. In this we are including the genus Entamoeba, Giardia, Leishmania, Trypanosoma, Plasmodium or the malaria, Toxoplasma, then Balantidium. So under the subphylum Mastigophora, there are hemoflagellates, and these are two. Number one is, if you are asked about what are the hemoflagellates, these are two, Leishmania and Trypanosoma. Okay, Leishmania, further there are three types. One is cutaneous, second is mucocutaneous, third is visceral. Today I will discuss the visceral part. Then second hemoflagellate is Trypanosoma, and it causes what? African sleeping sickness. Very important question, it coming in the PG entrance also in the form of MCQs. Or it is also known as Chagas disease, South American Chagas disease. Then these are the protozoa, and they are important pathogens of both man and livestock, that is they are also zoonotic. And the basic morphological stages in both, they are promastigote, amastigote and trypomastigote. Distinguishing feature is flagellum. Since they are hemoflagellates, so they possess flagellum. Then the ecological types, most important one is visceral leishmaniasis, which causes Kala Azar, and its sequel post Kala Azar is post Kala Azar dermal leishmaniasis. And this disease is not zoonotic, and man is the only host and reservoir. No whispering, please listen to it carefully. It may come as viva also, it may come as short note as well as long question. Parasitology is also very important. The vector is phlebotomus or the sandfly. Phlebotomus or the sandfly caused by Leishmania donovani. Species is donovani. Then the countries, it is common in the Middle Eastern countries, affects mainly children, and the vector is phlebotomus. East African leishmaniasis is also caused by Leishmania donovani. Vector is Phlebotomus orientalis. Then the South American, it is caused by Leishmania donovani. You can see human host, the vector is Phlebotomus, or it is also common name is sandfly. Reservoir may be sometimes the dog. This is the life cycle. It takes a blood meal. Sandfly, number one step is it injects promastigote form into the skin. Then in the human cycle, promastigotes, they are phagocytosed by macrophages. Then they transform into amastigote form inside the macrophages, and then the amastigote form that multiply in the cells. Then again sandfly takes a blood meal, then there is ingestion of the parasitized cell. Amastigote then transform into promastigote form in the midgut. Then they divide in midgut and migrate, and then again the cycle continues. This is the sandfly phlebotomus. You can see the picture. This is the in short the life cycle. You can see the human beings or the animal. You can see the amastigote and promastigote forms. This is in the peripheral blood film. The picture you can see multinucleated giant cell. These are the amastigote forms you can see of Leishmania. Then how will you diagnose? We can do the biopsy. In biopsy we can see the granuloma, or we will stain the smear. We can see the amastigote form. In the culture we can see the promastigote form, and the biopsy we can also diagnose with molecular method, that is PCR. Then demonstration of parasite in material obtained from patients. First of all microscopy, second one is culture, and the third one is animal inoculation. Then we can also determine the antibodies using specific leishmanial antigen, and the non-specific serum test, they can be done aldehyde test, that is Napier's, and the antimony, Chopra's antimony test. Then we can also do the peripheral blood smear of the sample obtained from the patient. We can take the bone marrow aspirate, we can take the aspirate from the spleen, or we can also take the aspirate from the lymph node. Stains which we use, or the staining method, we can use the Leishman stain, Ginza stain which is most commonly used, or Wright stain. Culture media is also specific for Leishmania. We can triple N culture media, that is Novae, McNeil and Nicol medium. Nicol, these are the name of the scientists who discovered this media. And the media consists of components are rabbit blood agar, log solution plus antibiotics. Antibiotics present are penicillin, streptomycin and gentamicin. And they are being incubated at 24 degrees Celsius for 7 days. Animal inoculation can be done also in hamsters. They are kept at 23 to 26 degrees Celsius. So basically we do the peripheral blood smear or the bone marrow aspirate, and the staining is done by Leishman stain, Ginza staining. Culture is triple N culture media. Then antibodies can be demonstrated using specific antigen, and the methods are ELISA, immunofluorescence, agglutination. And the non-specific antigen we can use complement fixation test. Then non-specific serum test can be done. It is very important. You must be knowing about the names and the test. Napier's aldehyde test. In this we do 1 ml of serum is taken and mixed with 1 drop of 40% sodium hydroxide. And if the jellify or opacification, that occurs in 3 to 30 minutes, the test is positive. Napier's aldehyde test. Second one is Chopra's test. In this 0.2 ml of the serum is taken and there is overlay of 4% urea stabamine solution, and the thick flocculents are formed. Thick flocculent disc is formed at the junction in 10 to 15 minutes. Then Montenegro test, hypersensitivity test we do. We inject 0.1 ml of killed promastigote antigen intradermally, and the result is read after 72 hours. It is positive in dermal leishmaniasis and recovered cases. Post Kala-Azar it is positive, but it is negative in active cases of Kala-Azar. In the contributory lab findings, in the complete blood count or CBC test, we find there is normocytic normochronic anemia, leukopenia is there, neutropenia, thrombocytopenia, and the serum globulin is increased. So there is reversal of serum albumin globulin ratio. You can see mucocutaneous part, it is spread in these countries, and this is the cutaneous part. Then mucocutaneous leishmaniasis, you can see the lesions. These are the pictures of the children or the adults suffering from Kala-Azar. They develop noticeable thickening, stiffening and darkening of the eyelashes and eyebrows. And there is splenomegaly, distended abdomen and severe muscle wasting. So these are the clinical features you can see. Incubation period is about 4 to 10, that is 10 days to 8 years. And the most common symptom is fever. There is hepatomegaly, that is enlargement of liver, splenomegaly, enlargement of spleen, cough, lymphadenopathy, inguinal lymph nodes are enlarged, axillary as well as post-cervical. Treatment which is given is liquid nitrogen, ketoconazole 300 mg, BD for 5 weeks, pentostam, that is sodium antimony gluconate, that is given, and antifungal is given amphotericin B. That's it. Next topic is trypanosoma. So this is the same as you know the taxonomy. It comes under subkingdom Protozoa, and the subphylum is Mastigophora. Trypanosoma. That is same hemoflagellates, trypanosoma and leishmania. So first of all we will discuss Trypanosoma cruzi, which causes Chagas disease. In this, it is common in 18 countries, the southern zone where vector insects, they live inside the human homes, northern South America, and the contamination is through insects feces. It may also be transferred through blood transfusion and organ transplant, and also through birth, that is, it may be transmitted congenitally. So in this what happens, usually a small sore develops at the bite where the parasite enters the body, and if it is near the eye, the eyelid is swollen. As you can see in the picture, eyelid becomes swollen, and it is also known as Romanas sign. Romana sign. Within a few days, fever and swollen lymph nodes develop, and the initial acute phase may cause illness and may lead to death also, especially in young children. More commonly, the patients enter a symptomless phase lasting several months or years, during which parasites they invade most organs of the body, causing multiple organ involvement and progressive weakness. So in 40% of the cases, fatal damage to the heart and digestive tract may occur during the chronic phase. So then next is African sleeping sickness, which is caused by Trypanosoma brucei. It is common in sub-Saharan Africa, and the disease outcome in this is also fatal within 2 years. If an infected fly bites and transmits the parasites to a person, trypanosomes, they travel through the blood to the brain, where they may cause multiple neurological symptoms, and these symptoms remain even after the treatment. 2 subspecies of Trypanosoma brucei, they infect humans, and East African trypanosomiasis, it may result in acute disease, while the subspecies that causes West African trypanosomiasis, that may produce chronic illness. As you can see the in blood smear, this is the type picture you can see in the blood smear, Trypanosoma brucei. So what are the important protozoa which can be detected in the blood? Number 1 is Plasmodium, as you already know. Second is Toxoplasma. Third is Leishmania, and the fourth is Trypanosoma. In Africa, they cause sleeping sickness, which is transmitted by tsetse fly, and the South America, it is Chagas disease, which is transmitted by radiovid bug. So this is a life cycle of Trypanosoma. Number one, this fly, it takes a blood meal which injects metacyclic trypomastigotes into the human skin. Then the injected metacyclic trypomastigotes, they transform into bloodstream trypomastigotes which are carried to the other sites. Then they multiply by binary fission in various body fluids, for example in blood, in lymph and spinal fluid. Then they are released in the blood. From here, the fly again takes the blood meal. So the bloodstream trypomastigotes, they are ingested. Then the bloodstream trypomastigotes, they transform into procyclic trypomastigotes in CC flies midgut, which again multiply by binary fission. Then these procyclic trypomastigotes, they leave the midgut and transform into epimastigote. Then the epimastigotes, they multiply in the salivary gland of the fly. Then they transform into metacyclic trypomastigotes. Okay, again, then the CC fly takes a blood meal, injects the metacyclic trypomastigotes into the human skin. So as through this the life cycle continues. These are the human stages and these are the fly stages. You can see African sleeping sickness, which is caused by Trypanosoma brucei. This is the fly, name of the fly, Glossina palpalis. These are the promastigote forms in the peripheral blood smear. You can see the picture. Then African trypanosomiasis. Trypanosoma brucei, there are two species, Trypanosoma gambiens and the Trypanosoma rhodesiensis. These are the two species which cause. This is the gambiens, Trypanosoma brucei gambiens. This is the CC fly. Then African trypanosomiasis, it causes chancre. The symptoms, clinical symptoms, it causes, there is production of chancre which is tender and there is localized edema or swelling of the site and there is production of heat, inflammation. Then parasitemia related symptoms, there is fever, headache, joint and muscle pain, lymphadenopathy, anemia, weight loss. And then the organ specific symptoms, these are edema, it may cause peripheral edema, ascites, pulmonary edema. Then the cardiac symptoms, there may be ECG changes which may lead to congestive heart failure. Then the gastrointestinal features, diarrhea and anorexia. Neurological features, there may be focal neurological deficits, confusion, lethargy, and ultimately it may lead to coma also. So these are the lymphocytes, plasma cells and macrophages. Then the treatment of Trypanosoma infections. Trypanosoma gambiens, early treatment we can give pentamidine. In the late we can give eflornithine. And the relapse we can give melarsoprol in the gambiens. In the rhodesiensis we can give suramin. In the late treatment we can give melarsoprol. And in relapse also melarsoprol. So that's it. Any doubt you can want to ask?